Hey everyone, I'm the Mr. Star Lad and I have watched Avengers and gained God knows how many times, but recently I watched Endgame in 0.25 XP, and I have to say I noticed some details that are kind of not easy to pay attention to while watching the movie in regular speed, so I have made a list of things that I noticed which you may have missed, and this video is all about that, so let's begin. Number 1. Tony Stark figures out his time-traveling model after he draws mild inspiration from a photo of him and Peter in which they're holding an inverted diploma, they're being very goofy holding the certificate upside down, but there's more to it than that. Tony gets an idea. He goes to his workstation and asks Friday to try a model of the time machine using the shape of a Mobius strip. If you're like me, you just dismissed the term as some science or jerk-on and kept on watching the movie, but do you know what a Mobius strip is? According to Google, a Mobius strip is a surface with one continuous side formed by joining the ends of a rectangular strip after twisting one end through 180 degrees. Now 180 degrees is to turn a 2D object upside down, kind of like the picture upside down certificate. Equals 180 degree turn equals the Mobius strip. It wasn't just Tony getting inspiration from seeing Peter, the picture actually gave him the idea for unlocking time travel. Number 2. When testing out the time machine, Hulk has to use a pencil to flip switches because his fingers are too big. Now this is some great attention to detail, because even if Professor Hulk used his fingers to navigate through the switches, we would still not complain, but because Marvel don't want to disappoint the fans, they put this tiny little detail so that the fans who pay attention can see it. Number 3. When Thanos attacks the Avengers compound for the first time after Hulk snapped, Ant-Man quickly shrinks himself down in order to save himself from the blast. His quick survival instinct is what kept him alive in the situation. With slow motion, you can clearly see and drinking down and become smaller and smaller as the blast gets bigger and bigger. This bit is quite impossible to notice if you don't slow your playback while watching the movie. Number 4. During the final battle with Thanos, before help arrives, Thor goes straight for Thanos' head, just as he was advised in Avengers Infinity War, and quite frankly he managed to kill Thanos by going for the head in Endgame itself, so again in the final battle, he attempts to go for the head one last time. Number 5. During the final battle, Thanos grabs Captain America's wrist because he isn't worthy of lifting the Mjolnir, and when Thanos does this, he actually stops Captain America from using the Mjolnir. Number 6. The Wasp emerges in a shrunken form from a significantly smaller portal than the others, expanding to normal size. Once she's true, it out of all my viewings of Endgame, I never noticed it until I slowed the spit down to the minimum and then realized there's a tiny little portal just behind the Wasp. Number 7. When the Avengers charge during the final battle, Spider-Man swings from Giant Man's hand. Now this was a great deal of me material because Spidey was flying with nothing to sling his web to. Even I was wondering how was he flying without anything to attach his web to, but after seeing it in slow motion I got my answer. Number 8. Thanos does not spin Thanos' copter by its handle, he holds the handle still and the blade rotates around the handle so it doesn't go against everything in physics if you see it in slow motion. If you enjoyed this breakdown, then please give me a thumbs up and grab the subscribe button. I'll see you lads in the next one.